Alright, so this tutorial is to help you download your parabola pictures into Desmos and to start your quadratic regression to see which of your pictures you're going to further model. After you log on to desmos.com, you're going to hit Start Graphing, and then you're going to want to sign into your account. Over here is where it'll say a sign in or create account. Make sure that you do that so that you can later save your graphs. After you've created your account and it gives you a little name, you're going to go over to this plus button and you want to add your image. You want to save it somewhere on your computer. I saved mine to Pictures. And then that way, if you have it on your phone, you can just email it to yourself, download it that way onto all three of them in there, and then you can bring it up. You want to make sure that your picture is nice and oriented so that your parabola is either facing down, straight up and down, or straight down or straight up. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for you to model it. Also, you want to make sure that you have it centered. If you click right here and hold, it can move your picture all around. So that's one thing you might want to play around with. And also, if your picture is kind of small, you may want to grab it at one of the ends and make it bigger so it's a little bit easier to see. Alright, so I have it the size I want, and now I want to try to center where I think maybe the vertex will be, right on the y-axis. Alright, so once I have this, now I want to pick out at least 5 points and that are going to be along your parabola. And so in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and maybe pick this first point up here, and let's just see if I can center it just a little bit better. I'm going to pick this point right here, which is 0, 4. And also if I go over here and go to projector mode, it's going to make it a little clearer to see. So now it's actually going to be at 4. So I'm going to go over here, click, and I want to put a point at 0, 4. So I'm going to go, make sure you use, a parentheses, 0, 4. And it should put the dot right there, and it did. If it's not where you want it to be, then just erase it and try again. And now I want to pick out another point, and let's try -2, 1, 2, 3. And I'll pick maybe this one, or I'll pick this one right here, which is at 4, 0. Whoops, and it's telling me there's a mistake there. I don't have my parentheses in. And let's see. If I want to do another one, it may not be exactly right on an integer, but that's okay. So let's try this point around in here. So that's going to be around -1, 2, not quite 3. So maybe -2.8 and up 2.8. So let's see how that looks. Alright, so I can see, wow, that was not what I wanted to do, right? So actually I should have said 1.8. So I just go back over here, click 1.8. Ah, that's much better. Now that's on my parabola. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to need to pick out one more point. And so how about we try something right in here. So this looks like it's, or maybe, I'll try here. Negative or positive 1, 2.5, and up about 2.5. So we'll try that. And it could go over maybe just a little bit to the left, so let's do 2.4. See if that helps it out. There, now that looks a little bit more centered on my parabola. Okay, so at this point, you're going to want to actually get out your calculator. Okay, so I have my calculator out, and I'm just going to go back to show you what I did. You'll get out your calculator, you'll go to Stat, hit Edit, and then you are going to put all of your coordinate values in for L1 and L2. All the x's will go into L1, so you can see I have 0, -2, 4, -2, 8. I need to add my last point in, so I'm going to add my 2.4 and hit enter. Oops, that was at the wrong place. It needs to be 0. Go down. And then I'm going to want to go over and enter in my y value. And once I've done that, I go back to Stat. I'm going to go over to Calc, and then I'm going to run a quadratic regression. And you want to make sure that it's grabbing your x's from L1 and your your y's from L2. All right, I'm going to get out of there for just a second because I also wanted to calculate something called my coefficient of determination. And in order to do that, I need to go to my catalog, which is second 0, and I can hit this button right here. It's going to take me down to my D's, and I'm going to scroll through until I find diagnostics. Oops, passed it up. And so diagnostics on, you're going to have to hit enter and enter it again. So now we can go back to Stat, Calc, since I have all of my data in, down to Quadratic Regression, hit enter, all the way through Calculate, and it's going to give me my quadratic regression and my r-squared value. You're going to want to write this down on a separate sheet of paper. So I'm writing down my r-squared, and you want to go all the way to the thousandths place when you write this down and round it. And then you're also going to write down this. So over here, whoops, I lost it. So once I have this and I have it written down, and I'm going to round this to the thousandths place, and then I'm also going to round my A, B, C, plug them in, and round to the hundredths place. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to enter my regression equation. So it's going to be y, in my case, it was going to be y is equal to negative 0.26, and then we're going to say x, and we're going to square them, plus 0.03 x, and you can see it's starting to create my parabola for me, and plus 4. Aha! And so now you can see that it's perfectly modeling my parabola. If it doesn't, then you've entered in the points wrong and you need to go back and check. The other thing you want to add to this is your r-squared value. So we're going to just have that as a note that we add in, and you're just going to type this in, and you're going to do r, and I don't have the ability to make it squared, so I'm just going to go like that, caret is equal to, and mine was 0.997. So I have everything I need. Once I am done with this, I want to give my graph a title. I'm going to call this regression 1 of Mountain, and save it. And then you're going to want to print this out because this will be part of the project that you turn in. In order to print it, you can go over here to print, and of course just pick where you want it to go. It'll print off 2 sheets of paper, one that has your picture and your parabola, and the next one that has all of your information. You need both of these sheets of paper, okay? Now, once you've done this, completed it for one project, and you've saved it and printed it off, then you're ready to do your next one. So all you have to do is go up here, and we want a new blank graph, so you'll just press that, and you'll start over, repeating the same thing. You'll enter in your next image, you'll make it bigger, you'll center it, you'll get the 5 points at least, the more points the better. You'll put it in your calculator and run the regression, and then you'll print it all off. Okay? Good luck!